What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. It is the Muddy Puddle Squad here. If you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to click that big red subscribe button so you guys never miss out on future videos. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something really interesting that I just realized, or that I was thinking while I was on my trip to Indiana. You guys may think I'm crazy for saying this, but I'm just going to come out and say it. Night isn't real. Now, what do I mean by that? Night isn't real. Now, of course, nighttime as a whole is obviously real. You know, the whole sun and the earth and the rotation and all that jazz. And, you know, the earth, the sun goes down, it gets dark, and then the sun comes up and it gets light. And, you know, here's the part, though, that's very interesting. What happens when you go to bed at 10:30 or 10:45, 11 o'clock, 11:20, 11:45 p.m. at night? What happens? Just take a few seconds to think about it. You know, I'll let your guys' brains work. What do people say? Wow, you went to bed late. You went to bed late at night, right? However, what happens whenever you get up at like 1:30 in the morning? What do people say then? The opposite, right? Wow, you got up early. You got up early. So technically, if you go to bed at 11:59 p.m., you're going to bed late, right? And if you wake up a minute later, just a minute later, it's no longer late, but it's now super early. You're waking up at midnight. Have I ever woken up at midnight? Yes. I like to go to bed usually between 7 and 9 p.m., and I'll usually wake up between 12 and 5 a.m. just because I like to get up early. I have work and, you know, all that stuff, and I don't like to rush before I go to work. Plus, I like to let my body wake up naturally, even if it wakes up naturally after only 4 hours of sleep. But, like, there's the thing right there. You know? Like, if you go to bed at 11:50... So what exactly is night? What time is night? There's places on the earth where the sun doesn't set until, like, midnight. Or even later. Again, see, they're the whole terms, those terms. If it doesn't set until 12:32 a.m., isn't it technically setting in the morning? So technically the sun... See, it's just night isn't real. There's no such thing as night. There's a 24-hour day, but there's no such thing as night. I just thought it was a really weird thought. Like, I'm not trying to prove any conspiracy theories. It was just a really bizarre thought that I had. Because usually night, in my opinion, night should start when the sun sets, but night should end at midnight. Like 11:59 p.m. is the last minute of night. But that whole system doesn't work in certain parts of the earth. So technically, night itself isn't actually a real event, because even when you get up at midnight, or if you get up at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and people say, "Wow, you got up early," the sun still hasn't technically come up yet. But you're getting up early because it's a new day. Now, I don't mean to hurt your guys' brains, but just think about it. It's just a really weird thing to think about. What time should night actually start, and what time should night actually end? Leave it in the comments down below. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.